Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, early in the morning. Just couldn't sleep. The situations that human beings find themselves in all over the world, but more specifically here in the United States of America and here in my city, Woodbury, Minnesota. Issues that should be addressed that are not being addressed. It appears as though humanity has packed its bags and left not just this city, this state, but this country and this world. There's one thing that bugs me an awful lot. I'm 67 years old, and in a few months I'll be 68. And ever since I've been able to recall hearing, I've heard white people brag about their superiority. I've heard them brag about how smart they are and how little other people, especially people of color, aren't. And I sit here and I've watched you all of these years as I've grown up. Many times I've tried to be an opposition to your standards in the hopes that it perhaps would cause you to reconsider that you're not all of that, and by so doing become something bigger and better than what you are. But there is no more evidence of what I've just stated to you than what is going on in this country today. All of you lawyers, all of you business people, all of you politicians, even those of you who have sold out to money, all of you walk around here in different cities, in different states, calling yourself governors and legislators and mayors and aldermen. And right now, you have let, or should I say allowed, one of the most evil men in this country got you bowing down like a puppy. You know darn well that Donald Trump doesn't give a damn about any of you. And yet there are those who call yourselves his base. Well, you who call yourselves his base, I know you're feeling pain and suffering. In your lifetime, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party has ignored you for its own base. And right now you think that if Donald Trump will give you support, you will even support him starting a nuclear war, third war. Even though you know that you might be killed, your family members might be killed, your children, your parents. But it's okay as long as you get a chance to say that you got back at them. That's what I feel that you're saying in everything that you're doing. You who call yourself the Electoral College, Donald Trump proved to you as candidate, Donald Trump, that he wasn't fit to be president of the United States, or should I say president of people who had conscience, people who were compassionate. And you stepped out there claiming that you were, but yet he is in the White House. And as I asked the lady the other day, as I was leaving the doctor's office, who would she rather see in the White House, Donald Trump or God? She said, Donald Trump. Well, don't feel so bad about it. She was a white lady. A little later on, I was exiting the clinic, and I saw a young, attractive Asian individual. And I asked her the same question, and she says, why? I said, I just wanted to know how you feel about this. And she said, well, I stay out of politics. I don't know what to do, so I just stay out of it. And I looked for a brother to ask, to see what his response would be. And it just so happens that the brother that I got a chance to see was a preacher. And I asked him the same question. The first thing he asked me was, Eddie, God is not a man. How could God be in the White House? And that statement blew me away, that this man stands before people in a pulpit, calling themselves preachers and pastors, who is a representative of all the others. And I wondered, when they say that the devil is in the White House, do they think that's the devil or is that Donald Trump? So my question to myself was, what was he thinking about? Didn't he call himself a representative of God? Or is he saying that that's impossible? I mentioned that only to suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, that people are all confused. I know the people who are walking around here that I just described, many of them don't want Donald Trump in the office, but they are holding to a decree that they set up a long time ago, that if you have this one man, this one vote, and the vote says that you are the elected choice, then that's what they're going to honor. And then I recognize that at least a couple of times in my lifetime where the one candidate got more votes, but the Electoral College went for the one with the lesser votes. The one that the Electoral College was designed to keep out people who are not fit to be president. And so I can only conclude that these people who were given the office of, and I said given because they weren't elected, given the office of president is in response to a command that they had been given. A command not from the people, but the command from a hidden government, a hidden power that is truly running things. It makes no sense that we as Americans, that we as citizens of the world are being overcome by such vicious evil at the hands of man. I got a message that I'm going to produce a little bit later on to describe a little more in detail of what I'm saying. But as for right now, I'm going to stop because I wanted to focus on the American people who think they're so wise, but ignorant and stupid enough to follow the lead of a Donald Trump. This is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. All people.